Okay, so have you ever wondered what actually separates the world's most successful people from, well, everyone else? Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating breakdown of that exact question. And spoiler alert here, it's not natural talent and it's definitely not motivation. It's discipline. When everyone else is hitting snooze, the most successful people are waking up and getting right to work. So if you're truly ready to completely change your habits, this explainer is going to show you exactly how to do it.
Okay, let's dive into this cognitive roadmap. Today, we're looking at the exact 4 steps to completely rewire your brain for lifelong discipline. We're going to cover the overthinking trap. Step 1, starting small. Step 2, building consistency. Step 3, reprogramming your mind. Step 4, engineering your environment. And finally, the transformation.
So first up, the trap of overthinking. This right here is exactly why the whole starting Monday mindset completely fails. I'll start from Monday. Seriously, how many times have we all said that exact phrase to ourselves? You know exactly what you need to do, the plan is perfectly laid out in your head, but you still just don't do it. It brings up a ton of guilt and frustration, doesn't it? We kind of trick ourselves into believing that our future self on Monday is magically going to have all this willpower that our current self lacks today. There is this massive, incredibly frustrating gap between thinking about something and actually acting on it. We spend so much energy completely trapped in thought, planning the perfect routine. But well, the science actually tells us that this isn't entirely your fault. The human brain is literally biologically wired to conserve energy, so it vastly prefers the safety of planning over the physical exertion of doing. But the incredible news we're exploring today is that the brain can absolutely be rewired. We can systematically shift from just thinking to actually acting.
All right, moving to step 1, start small, and the immense hidden power of the 1%. It sounds almost too simple to work, right? But James Clear points out something profoundly true about human behavior. 1% improvement every day makes you 37 times better in a year. And this brilliantly illustrates the core philosophy behind starting small. Just think about it. It's just a 1% change, but you do it every single day. That tiny, almost unnoticeable daily dedication is exactly what separates the champions from the rest of the pack, because it entirely removes the friction of getting started.
37 times better. Just let that sink in for a second. That is the sheer mathematical power of compounding habits over a single year. By focusing on just a 1% improvement, you completely demolish that massive mental barrier of trying to be totally perfect on day one. You don't need a grueling 2-hour workout right now. You just need to be a fraction of a percent better than yesterday. And then just let compounding interest do all the heavy lifting for your personal growth.
So what does that actually look like practically? Well, here's your single, foolproof task for today. Ready? Just put on your shoes and open the gym door. That's literally it. Master the art of just showing up. Because if you can conquer that initial, tiny physical barrier to entry, you completely bypass the brain's alarm system that tries to stop you from working hard, and momentum will naturally just carry you forward.
So, once you've started small, we arrive at step 2, building consistency, otherwise known as the consistency chain. Think about motivation, kind of like a burning candle. It burns incredibly bright today, giving you this fantastic initial spark. But it's completely melted and gone by tomorrow. You simply cannot rely on it because, biologically, it's just fleeting. Consistency, however, is like a heavy iron chain. Every single day you show up, you forge another link. It gets stronger, heavier, and significantly harder to break with every single passing day. So what does the path to real discipline actually look like? True discipline is showing up to the gym even when you really don't feel like it, and especially when you're exhausted. First, you aim to build that 30-day streak. Once you hit that milestone, your body actually starts to expect the activity. Then you push for 90 days, because pushing through 90 days of absolute consistency unlocks these dramatic hidden results that most people don't see in years of sporadic, uncommitted effort.
Now we move inward to step 3. Reprogramming your mind and actually changing your neurological wiring. This creates what researchers call the neurological loop. First, you take the physical action. You actually go to the gym. And what's incredible here is that every time you do this, brand new physical connections form inside your brain, which leads right into step 2, building the new identity. You actually stop being someone who wants to work out and you become someone who does work out. And finally, step 3 is the reward. Your brain releases natural dopamine. That feeling you get after a workout, that's a profound, natural high that reinforces the entire loop, practically guaranteeing you're going to want to do it all over again tomorrow.
But to really cement this new neurological pathway, you have to actively claim it. Every night before you fall asleep, visualize your best self. Tell yourself out loud, I am the person who never quits the gym. You have to consciously build and accept that new identity. Because when you truly believe that is who you are, skipping a workout literally feels like a violation of your own self. That's how you train your mind for permanent long-term success.
But look, internal willpower alone usually isn't enough, right? Which leads us to step 4, engineering your environment for absolute success. This is honestly the easiest and arguably the most powerful trick in this entire explainer.
Here is a rapid-fire checklist of environmental tweaks that make failure almost impossible. First, pack your gym bag the night before, so in the morning you aren't making decisions, you're just executing. Second, trash the junk food. Willpower is a finite resource, so if you don't actually see the junk, you won't have to fight the urge to eat it. Third, curate your digital environment by following inspiring people online instead of doom scrolling. And lastly, find a gym partner who will literally drag you out the door on those days you just want to quit.
Now, let's be totally realistic for a second. You will fall. You're inevitably going to have days where life just gets messy and you miss a workout. But there's a golden rule here that is absolutely vital. Never miss once, never miss twice. If you drop the ball, you do not throw away the whole week. Your immediate, undeniable mission is to course correct the very next day and protect that chain at all costs. All right, we're entering the home stretch now, the final rep and your ultimate transformation.
Pain doesn't end where you stop. It begins where you keep going. So the crucial point is that when your body is absolutely screaming at you to stop, that is not the end of the workout. That is exactly where the real game begins. That mental wall you hit, it's mostly an illusion created by your brain just to keep you comfortable. Pushing through that exhaustion is the exact moment the true physical and mental transformation takes place.
Just take a look at the journey ahead of you. Today, you start embarrassingly small. In 30 days, you solidify your streak and forge that iron chain. By 90 days, you are seeing hidden results that others simply never achieve because they relied on fleeting motivation. And in 6 months, the person staring back at you in the mirror will be completely unrecognizable. Because this isn't just about building muscle. This is a fundamental transformation of your entire approach to life.
So, we've laid out the roadmap. You know exactly what the 1% looks like, the overthinking trap is exposed, your environment is ready to be engineered, and that consistency chain is just waiting to be built. It all really comes down to one single question. Are you starting today? Don't wait for Monday. Make the choice. Take that embarrassingly small step right now, because if you don't, where are you going to be in 6 months?